Howdy people, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is day 3 of me and my friend Vanessa's trail ride from Valentine to Ridgewood Farm where she lives and works. This is how our journey went today. We woke up at around the same time as we did yesterday, and the sun rising in the sky was absolutely beautiful. The morning was incredibly hot and slightly windy, so I decided to change to an outfit more fit for the desert heat. You'll see it in the montage. We ate a delicious breakfast together and got ready for the trip. As I packed up our things and set my camera gear up, Vanessa went down and tacked up our horses, also giving them some breakfast and morning cuddles. We put our belongings on our horses once we made sure we left nothing behind. This time we decided to exercise Domino and Juno before riding out, since we had noticed the day before that they had been a little stiff at the beginning of the ride. At first, Domino seemed to still be waking up as his stride was uneven and slightly unbalanced, but a few minutes into exercising they were corrected. He also appeared to be paying more attention to his surroundings as he'd perk up his ears and look around when any sound caught his attention, so it was hard for him to remain focused and listen to my commands. After a couple of minutes of exercising, in which both us and the horses woke up entirely, we set off into the road again. This time it'll be a mix of narrative and montage, as the trip is considerably longer than yesterday's. But without further ado, here's the montage. Vanessa told me that she was planning on moving into her own place one day, with the hope of getting more horses. That got me thinking about what I wanted to do with myself on my own horses. I had a few so far, and the ranch had no problem in stabling them up for me, mainly because I worked there as well. However, I wondered if it would be a good idea to move into a different place and start my own business. It lingered on my mind for the rest of the ride, and I took a mental note to meditate on this idea once back home. I also pondered about what I wanted to do with Domino and my other horses. Domino was anything but competition material. Nonetheless, I did want to do activities with him despite his lazy behavior. Perhaps we would stick to trail riding for now. He seems to like trail rides, and he isn't an aggressive horse. In fact, he is quite friendly, so he could do well in them. We just have to work on trusting each other and bonding further. I wanted to expand my herd too, so maybe in one of the next few episodes we'll go to auctions and other stables to see potential horses I could buy. I told myself to look further into it once we were back home. point in the ride, I spotted a pronghorn blocking the road and advised Vanessa to slow down so we wouldn't spook it, but in the end it ran away anyway. We watched him leave only to spot a herd of wild horses grazing next to the road near where the buck had been a moment ago. We stopped our horses to admire the view of them, but soon enough two strangers spooked them away. Because Vanessa and I were taking pictures, we did not see the two gentlemen, so when Vanessa was putting her camera away, Juno began walking forward and nearly ran into one of the men. Thankfully no one was thrown off their horses, but boy was Juno spooked. She kept rearing and neighing frantically, and I was scared that Vanessa would get bucked off, but she stayed put in her saddle. I patted Domino's neck as well to make sure he didn't spook too. Eventually, Vanessa was able to calm her mare down and make sure she was okay before we continued the journey. It was 12 at night when we finally arrived at Armadillo, which is a small deserted town in basically the middle of nowhere. There's not much else I can say of the town, but damn was it creepy. When we entered the saloon where we were going to stay, it was almost as deserted as the town itself. The bartender greeted us politely before telling us our room's numbers. As we headed upstairs, there was a pool of what appeared to be dried blood on the ground, but the bartender assured me that it was just spilled beverage. We chuckled nervously before rushing up and into our rooms to sleep some. And that's the end of the video. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It means a lot to us. Stay tuned and I'll see you guys in the next episode.